Happy Friday, everyone. Michael Farrar from D-Sport Magazine. And it's that time again for our online garage sale or virtual garage sale, whatever the hell you want to call it. Hope everyone's practicing social distancing and all the other blah, 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 and abundance of caution crap going on out there. Anyways, first thing I want to do is let you know we are on a new platform with the auction this week. We're trying a new one out. You have to register. What does that mean? Do you have to give us all this personal information? Yes. Just kidding. No, you don't have to give us anything except your email address, and you make up a password for that. That's it. So it's really easy to register. Make sure you do that. That'll let you get into the auction. It works very much like eBay. It's a real much better interface than we had last week. Plus, it shouldn't send you out spams like last week. Anyways, first thing we're going to do, first order of business, I'm just going to run down the items that didn't sell last week. I'm just going to announce them, and if you guys want us to get those on camera today, we're going to do that. So let me walk over here to my list, put on my glasses, and let's see here. All right, old items that didn't sell. Looks like we've got an AEM Cadillac, AEM induction Cadillac Escalade intake, Alpha Series 350Z radiator from Skunk 2, another Cadillac Escalade intake from Spectre. We've got a couple tensioner pulleys and a cam plate from Revo, Velox, Mazda Miata ND hood inserts, Ford Fiesta ST spec clutch, Fidanza EcoBoost flywheel, let's see, Q50 or Q60 still in intake, some Nitto tires. We split those up so you could just buy two of the front ones or two of the rears or whatever, however you're running them on your cars, but they're 275/30 20s and 245/35 20s. We still have the MA Performance exhaust bundle for the Civic Si. That includes basically 3 different exhaust systems in one. The ATLP, the Borla, also for the Civic Si. For WRX STI, we have a Remark MagnaFlow and Mishimoto. And of course, for Ford Mustang EcoBoost guys out there, we also have the DTE systems, which is that really simple solution to increase the boost and make lots more power. And I'll try to stay with the phone here as Kareem's getting distracted a little bit. Okay, so that's the old items. Any questions before we get started today? All right, good. So let's get started. All right, so don't know why they put them in this particular order, but we'll go in this order. This is something right here that I think 99.9% of you guys are not going to be interested in. So nobody followed my rule of starting off with a good part. But what it is, I mean, it is a good part. It's a brand new crankshaft from Toyota for the any of the 5-liter V8 engines like you find in the GSF, LC500, RCF. So we've got one of those brand new left over from our Lexus engine development program, where we still have that full engine. That'll be coming up with a price on the site very soon, but we've got basically a complete what was it, a GSF engine, I think it was. Had about low mileage on it, and yeah, we basically built it, turned it into a 5.6 liter. It has sleeves in it, and you can boost it up or put nitrous through it and have lots of fun. Anyways, let's get to the next item. All right, item B. My guess here is we've got a crankshaft. All right. So, okay. So this is a pretty cool setup here. Mitsubishi guys. So what we'll do, we're gonna go through all our Mitsubishi parts right now. We'll keep those together rather than following the order. So what we got here, this is a Manley billet 4B11 stroker crankshaft. Already has the relector wheel on there ready to go. Tyler, what do these things sell for new? Around 1,400, 1,500 bucks, something like that. I think they're around 1,400 or 1,500 bucks new. And okay, well, I can't do two things at once. Come on, Tyler, be useful for once in your life. All right, Tyler's gonna try to have a purpose in life here. And I think we've got this, what, a buy it now price of around 1,100 or something? I don't know. But anyways, it's a great way to increase the displacement of your 4B11. We've been doing lots of 4B11s in the Club D-Sport machine shop. We do a lot of sleeving on them. We've done bore sizes up to 89 millimeter. So anything from 86 to 89 millimeter we've been doing. Buy it now, 1,000. What is it? Buy it now. Buy it now at $1,000. And do we have a retail on it or a map?
$1,252.
All right, $1,254 is I think that's wholesaler cost. if I remember right. Anyways, a great deal on that. Let's get to some more Mitsubishi parts here. All right, own a piece of history, folks. This is owning a piece of history here. These are the actual cam gears from the one and only Project Talon from back in the days. So these are first generation AEM true time timing gears. A lot of people were scared of these because they only had 3 bolts in them and they thought they would spin and do all kinds of crazy stuff like that. But if you actually tighten them, they work fine. Anyways, we got a pair of these for 4G63 and you're looking at just 50 bucks for that, I think is a buy it now price. But bid on it. Maybe you'll get it less than that. All right, hand me those Eagle rods right there. All right, so we got a set of Eagle rods for 4G63. Just a brand new set. Had it on the shelf for a while. It's for the older 6-bolt engines. So if you've got a 1G DSM with the 6-bolt 4G63, this is an Eagle rod for you. So Eagle rods, as you know, they manufactured overseas and then brought over here to the States and finished up here, and has the ARP 2000 bolts in it. So a good setup here. Set of those. If you needed them balanced or anything too, we can do that at Club D Sport. If you pay enough for them, maybe we'll throw it in for free. Anyways, all right, next item coming up for bids here. Okay, Compstar. We've been doing a lot of stuff lately with Callies. We actually got to tour their facility last time we were in Ohio, and Heath showed us the place over there. It's a pretty cool operation they got. These are their Compstar rods. Another imported rod. They finish them here in the States. They do the heat treating, all the all the quality control and stuff's done here in the States, finish honing and all that kind of stuff. So you're getting a good quality rod. Again, ARP 2000 bolts here. Now this is for the 7-bolt Mitsubishis or the Evo 4G63. So you're all set with that. And I think these have been balanced by us, but if not, we could get that done for you. You know, most of the rod manufacturers and piston manufacturers, they balance things to plus or minus 1 gram and stuff. We just get anal over there and get it to as close as we can. We got any questions coming up yet?
Kyle said, "Rest in peace, my Trump check."
You know, at least you got a Trump check. All right, we'll get into it. Remind me to talk about PPE and how the government loves small business, because that's a complete farce. You know, got to really thank Chase Bank with a big middle finger for taking care of companies like Ruth Chris that really needed that 20 million instead of us. All right, so what do we got here? We've got Cosworth. You don't see many Cosworth parts around anymore in the States. You know, we purchased most of their machine shop and have that in Club D Sport nowadays, but they're still shooting some parts over here and stuff. This is kind of an interesting part. As you can see, it's brand new and it was meant to be tested, but the problem was the indexing right here is off. So if you don't know how to basically degree a cam, you can't use these because these are off. If you go by the factory marks and try to, it's going to be off. And I forgot it was off a substantial amount. I think it was like 20 degrees or something like that, maybe a full tooth or something. But anyways, these are great cams. If you're a qualified and good engine builder, you're not going to have a problem with the fact that the degreeing on them's off, and you can get yourself a great deal on a set of cams that's normally, I think these are normally like 700 bucks or something like that. All right, so let's get those out of the way. And we've got both the intake and exhaust, so that's a full set on that. What else we got Mitsubishi, guys? It's 4B.
Do we have any 4B11s?
Yeah, we got 4B11s, like blocks or 4B11 parts?
Parts.
All right, so 4B11 parts, we got the stroker crank so far, the Manley stroker crank. We have a brand new set of Manley 4B11 pistons. This is the 86 millimeter bore. Only reason why these weren't used was the fact that the block that this guy brought us had some damage in it and had to go up to the next oversize. So he originally bought these in and weren't able to use them, so we gave them kind of a trade out deal, so we can make you a good deal on that. We got them the right size pistons and took those thinking we would have another 4B11 that use them, and we haven't had one in like a year that wanted to go 86. So, all right, here's an interesting thing. Don't be fooled by the box. It's not CP pistons.
T86.
I think we got a question.
Do we
for the FT86 platform?
Yeah, we got some FT86 stuff coming up soon. So stand by here. All right, what do we have here? AMS. AMS works with, I believe they work with Manley to make their own pistons. It's a graded piston, meaning you can check your block and stuff like that, and you know, go from there with it. Now this person, if I remember right, this was a low mileage engine that had some issues. So we've got a set of used pistons out of it. We ended up using actually boring the cylinder round and not using a grading piston. So we won't use one of our Club D Sport pistons in place of this for this application. But if you're out there, I think there's what, 2 number 1s and 4 number 2s is the grade here. You know, these are normally I think like $250 a piece. They're pretty pricey, but make us an offer on them. You know, you're going to need to get locks for them and rings for them. And besides that,
Buy it now, 500.
Buy it now, $500. So only find a set of VR38 pistons cheaper than that. All right, what do we got here?
Hey.
All right, everybody's favorite Nissan truck engine, KA24. What we have here is something you don't see too often anymore. And don't worry about the anti-rust stuff on here. That's milky white. That's not actually on the crankshaft. But this is a KA24 crankshaft that has been knife edged and balanced. Something that was, you know, more popular back in the days. We don't see it too often nowadays. There's just a lot more aftermarket cranks available that are already lightened and stuff like that. But anyways, we got one of these. It's standard size. So, you know, we'll clean it up for you and package it off to you, and pretty much ready to run on that. So all the crankshafts that we're selling here today, just so you guys know, they've all been checked for straightness. We can get you journal diameter size. Everything's standard. And we don't, at Club D Sport, we don't use turn down crankshafts. And the reason being is because of EPA and everything else, it's really hard to get the nitriding, the surface hardening done at a good quality level without spending an arm and a leg. It usually costs about $350 to get it done right. It takes a few weeks, and by the time you do that, you grind the crank, you're in at $500-600. So you might as well just find another OEM used crank or buy a brand new crank at that point. So we don't do reground cranks. In fact, a lot of people will cut corners and they'll just regrind it and not resurface harden it, and then you're kind of asking for trouble. RB26. So Nissan RB26, we have a Tomei 292 intake cam that's already been prepped with WPC. That's a WPC surface finish. That's a micro shot peening process. It's not a coating. So they have these little small steel ball bearings that are blasted at this at a certain amount of pressure. There's also some other chemicals mixed in there, like the Teflon and stuff like that, to kind of put a nice anti-stiction, low friction surface on there that's really good when you have any type of limited lubrication application or high stress application like you have on lifters and buckets acting against the cam. So yeah, this is just a brand new cam, WPC coated. Why don't we need this 292? We are running a little bit smaller cam right now. We're actually running I think the 282 in there, and it's working pretty well. And if we go bigger than that with a bigger engine, we might even just go custom on that. We might be working with, we're gonna see if Tomei wants to do a custom camshaft with us, Club D Sport cam, that'll work with our 2.9 liter. So we have a 2.9 liter kit coming out very soon. Windberg's worked with us on the crankshaft. It's gonna have both a Cali's Ultra HD or whatever the badass Cali's rod is, and a Carrillo rod option. And then right now, the main thing we're waiting for right now is Molly making the custom pistons for it, the Club D Sport pistons for it. They're between forging suppliers right now, and they're supposed to get a new forging that'll let us do even more cool things to it. So that's what we're kind of waiting for right now. But that's probably about 6 weeks away to get that done.
That's Titan Motorsports 2JZ.
So if you've got a 2JZ, a VVTi cylinder head, you know there's not a lot of cam options out there, but Titan does make one, which is what we see here. This is their 272 duration, 9.9 millimeter lift. They're quite expensive. I think they're about $1,200 or $1,300 new. These are new. We just never ended up putting it in that vehicle. We got it for a project car that we didn't end up doing anything with beyond the turbo upgrade and stuff. So we were kind of happy at that power level and didn't really feel to go, want to go further with that. So we have a set of these brand new. Save a lot of money on those right now and enjoy. Titan makes some great stuff. They work with some great partners out there. So Nero and Bottle over there building some cool cars and stuff. So, if you get something from them, it's going to work well. So we've got that. Any other questions? All right. So now we've got some crankshafts coming up. Why don't you grab the other one too? So we rummaged through when we were doing a lot of the 1,000 horsepower B series builds, and we were ready to run a few seasons here. We had lots of spare parts and stuff for engines and spare engines that we just didn't get around to building. So what we have here, we were running scat cranks in there. We have both a stock LS stroke 89 millimeter, brand new in the box. We also have the stroker 95 millimeter. So these are basically going to look pretty much the same. It's just feel there's no reason to open a brand new box. But here you go. So Scat's not too far away from us. They're actually working with us on the world's quickest air-cooled project that we're doing too. This is a 95 millimeter stroke crank. So you're either going to need to use a custom piston for that to move that pin up, so you can accommodate for that extra 6 millimeters of stroke that you get with the crankshaft. Along those lines, and this one we have listed up there already. Now there's a few parts now, unless we got questions. I don't think we do.
No.
Okay, good. So we've got a couple parts that aren't listed yet, and that's what we're going to get to. And we might as well continue with our Honda saga here. I believe we've got 2 sets of rods. We used Carrillos on that project. So we've got 2 sets of Carrillo rods. One is a, let's see here. I don't know if they're both new or one's been, no, looks like they're both new. So brand new rods. These are the good ones. These are the ones with the car bolts, which you don't have to replace every time you rebuild the engine, and handled plenty of horsepower. Never had an issue with that at all. With our 2-liter B series, we're making, I think, 1,060 at the wheels with it. So we've got 1 set, 2 sets of them. You see along the way they updated the box size. So I don't know what these are going to be priced at, but it will be lower than wholesale cost on them. We'll have those available, 2 sets of those. And then we found 1 brand new set of the pistons that we were using. So we would take, one of the cool things about the project when we built it, we didn't use any custom parts. We were using all off-the-shelf parts. And these are the CP pistons that we would run. So all brand new, SC7002 part number. And only thing we would change out is we would go to a heavier wall pin, which we have here. So we have heavier wall pins available for it. I don't know if we're going to sell the pins separately or sell them with it. I think we have 2 sets of pins, so I think we can actually do it both ways. So anyways, that's the piston that we ran with it. It worked really well. Really happy with the combination there. Biggest issues we had with that was 3rd gear. finding a third gear in there, because going first to second back into first gear and hitting 18,000 RPM, we just couldn't build the engine to survive at that. So I don't think anybody could. But anyways, all right, go and grab the crankshaft. Gianni's supposed to be polishing that up. But we dug through and we found one complete set of our upgrade. Now this is our standard 2-liter upgrade for the FA20, and I'll show you what we got here. So this is the Club D Sport piston. We worked with Molly to make this piston, and this will lower the compression ratio, and it'll give you a forced induction ready piston for your FA20. Works in both the WRX and BRZ, FRS, GT86, works in either platform. The compression ratio will be a bit different between the two engines because it's a different cylinder head. But as you see here, they're all balanced down to the last 1/10 of a gram. This one also, we have the upgraded WPC pins in here. One of those out. So you can see here, it has kind of like almost like a dull finish on that, and that'll give you the ability to.
Working on it.
He's working on it.
Because he was talking to these guys.
Well, he needs to stop talking to those guys and bring out a crankshaft. We're out of things to show people here.
Want to go over the old stuff? Do we bring it halfway through?
Got to do something, guys. Got dead air here. All right. All right. So that's the pistons here. Just grab one of the other cranks. Grab the stroker crank. It's going to look the same. Anything will work. So the kit we have here, be a brand new set of pistons, a brand new set of powder rods. Powder rods are kind of unique. What Powder does is they have what they call X-beam. So you'll see most rods, they're either an I-beam where it kind of looks like this and then it's kind of recessed out here in the middle, or an H-beam where you got two parallels here. Well, they make an X-beam. It gives you some advantages in clearance here in the beam, being a little bit narrower and stuff like that. So, you know, at the end of the day, regardless of the shape, if you build the rod right to handle the amount of power you need to, it's going to be fine. The power is no problem, you know, handling 500 horsepower, probably more than that. We used for our stuff that we've done a lot of the 2.1 liter stroker, and I'm trying to see if we can go through inventory and get us the ability to do a special on those next week. But our 2.1 liter stroker goes from an 86 stroke to a 90 millimeter stroke, and we worked with Manley on that to make us custom rods for that, and we have custom pistons for it, so it's a whole rotating assembly. And unlike some of the other stroker kits out there, we have the appropriately sized rod bolts in there. Some of the guys, they neck them down and they go to a smaller rod bolt. I mean, it's fine for, you know, 300, 400 horsepower. I don't see a problem with it, but if you're going more than that, it's nice to have the extra insurance of having you know, a true size rod bolt in there.
This is Johnny's crank.
Yeah, so this is Johnny's crank. He didn't want to give it up. This is the stroker crank for the FA20. So the stock one it's made at the same factory as the stock one. Only difference is the stroke and the rod pin size and stuff like that. But anyways, it's going to be a crankshaft, piston, rod combination, full rotating assembly, balanced. We're going to have one of those available to do a super special on. So if you've got any type of FA20 engine, whether it's the turbocharged or the NA one, that's going to work for you. So it'll keep it a 2 liter. Like I said, we're going to try to put together a deal on the 2.1 liter stroker package that we have. We'll try to get that for next week's. And any questions?
rotary parts?
Rotary parts, wow. We have to look. I mean, if anything, gosh,
Story in the magazine.
I don't know. We'll look around. Yeah, we I don't think we have anything, but let me look around on that. We'll see what we got on that. Any other questions?
That's it.
Okay. Let's see, where are we at time-wise today? We did good today, 27 minutes, so we kept it a lot short. I think we were like an hour and a half last time. I'll just run down real quickly the parts for that we still have from last week, if you guys are interested. These new items here, I think this one might be listed, but I'm not sure. But I know some of the Carrillo parts from the B series, the CP piston and Carrillo parts from our B series build wasn't listed yet. So let me just go back through these.
Katie's asking about anything 4G63.
Besides the stuff that we already showed 4G63?
I think she came in late.
You came in late. Okay. 4G63. What did we have? We had a set of 1G connecting rods from Eagle. We had a set of Cali's connecting rods for a 2G or Evo 4G63. We had a set of Evo 8 camshafts, Cosworth camshafts, Evo 8 272s, brand new, but they have an issue with the position of the dowel that attaches to the cam gear. So unless you know how to degree cams, don't get that set. And 4G63, also a set of the original cam gears off of Project Talon, AEM True Time 3-bolt cam gears. What else? That can come with an autographed picture of the Project Talon if you like to. What else here? I think that was it. Was there anything else on the, let's see here. Mitsubishi.
Mason's asking about the website, which is also in the video itself. The dsportmag.com/garage sale. dsportmag.com/garage sale. That's
dsportmag.com/garage sale is where you can log in and get in the auction. Do not be intimidated by the registration deal. All that is just entering your email address and a password you want to use for this. And that's it. We just need the email address so we can send you notifications during the auction that you've been outbid, so that we have your bid, all that good stuff. So we're not selling it to the Chinese or anything like that, so you don't have to worry.
And it's also in this video, so they can click the link in the...
So Kareem says he put it in this video. He says he put it in this video, and you can click some type of link in there. But we'll see if it actually works, okay?
It'll work. Kevin is asking, any 6th gen Camaro parts, 2G Eclipse with 4G63?
2G Eclipse, like I said, I've got connecting rods for that, and that's about it. Camaro, no, nothing on the Camaro stuff.
All right.
Any questions, any tech questions? I can open it up for the next 5 minutes. We got any tech questions or anything like that we could answer for you guys.
Compression ratios questions?
Okay, compression ratio questions?
No, I'm just telling them. Ideas.
I can just stare and smile at the camera for the next 22 minutes.
So yeah, I think we can.
I think we're good.
Yeah, we can probably just look up more parts and then tell them. We'll update them online as it.
Okay,
as it,
yeah,
as
it's been a little bit of a slow process getting the warehouse and machine shop cleaned up, getting all the racks through there, but there is much more stuff we found. We've got some B-Series Dart engines. I think we got one complete short block assembled, ready to go. That was a 2.1 liter stroker. I think we've got another block, maybe just a bare block Dart. I think we have a regular GSR block. I think we've got 3 LS, B-Series LS 89mm crankshafts, all standards. I know we've got that out there. And we've got a bunch of RB cylinder heads we got to go through to see which of those are salvageable. We've probably got about a dozen of those, and those are getting harder and harder to find out there. So we'll see what we can get on that for you guys.
Simon wants to see that 2JZ Titan camshaft.
2JZ Titan, okay, bring it on out. Now, this is for the VVTi head, not the regular GTE head. So this one's designed to work with the factory.
Paul just locked in. Paul again.
Oh, cool. Hey, Paul. So here you go. Brand new, never run here. So
There it is,
All right.
Simon.
Okay. Any other questions, guys?
I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I hope this interface worked a little bit better, and we got a better stream going. We only used Facebook Live this week. We'll see how that worked, and we'll be back next week. We're going to find some more parts. If you've got questions, hit us up. Inbox at hardmediainc.com. Inbox at hardmediainc.com for any questions you have, and we'll try to get them answered for you. If there's something in particular you're looking for, let us know. Also, there's a chance, we talked to a few manufacturers, there's a chance some of them are going to go through their back rooms, try to clear out some old inventory of some dead stock that they have that might be, their trash might become your treasure. So we'll see what we can get over here in the upcoming weeks from some other manufacturers as we get our place cleaned up. So everyone stay healthy out there, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.